Stop scrolling and listen to this. Remember when everyone said India would have bullet trains by 2023, smart cities everywhere, a manufacturing revolution? Well, it's 2025, and the reality might shock you. Today, we're doing something no one else dares. A brutal reality check on India's most ambitious projects. What actually got built? What's still a dream? And why some projects now cost double what was promised. Stick around because the truth about India's transformation will blow your mind. Let's rewind to 2014. The promises were massive. Bullet trains linking major cities, 100 smart cities transforming urban life, manufacturing hubs challenging China, and digital India reaching every village. Fast forward to 2025, and here's what actually happened. Digital India has been the biggest success story. Internet users have grown by 285%, from 25 crore to 97 crore. UPI transactions soared to 25 lakh crore in just 1 month of 2025. But there's a catch. Only 42.6% of our graduates are employable. So while we are digitally connected skills-wise, we remain disconnected. That's India's paradox in 2025. Let's start with what's actually working. Bharatmala, India's highway revolution. The numbers are staggering. 19,826 kilometers of highways completed out of 34,800 planned. But here's the reality check. The project that was supposed to finish by 2022 is now delayed until 2027 or 2028. And the cost? Doubled, from 535 lakh crore to 10.63 lakh crore. Why the delays? 3 words: land, environment, and money. Now, the bullet train, India's prestige project. Here's what they don't tell you. 320 kilometers of viaducts already completed. That's actually impressive. 95% of land acquisition done after years of battles. But the first section won't open until 2026, not 2023 as promised. When it's finally ready, the Mumbai to Ahmedabad journey will take just 2 hours and 7 minutes. But here's my question for you. Was the fight worth it? Comment below. If there's one area where India truly delivered, it's digital India. And the numbers will blow your mind. The digital revolution. In just 22 months, 4.74 lakh 5G towers now cover 99.6% of districts. Data costs crashed from 308 rupees per GB to just 9 rupees 34 paise. India now handles 49% of all global real-time transactions. 218,000 villages are connected with high-speed internet, and every time you make a UPI payment, you're part of a 25 lakh crore monthly economy. That is transformation. But what about smart cities? The mission delivered 94% of projects with 1.5 lakh crore invested. Here's the catch. These projects cover only 3 to 5% of city areas. So yes, we have smart pockets inside cities, not truly smart cities. Make in India was supposed to make us the world's factory. So how did we do? The good news is manufacturing production has reached 14 lakh crore. Exports? 5.3 lakh crore, 11.5 lakh jobs created. And India now ranks 5th globally in manufacturing. But here's the reality check. Manufacturing's share in GDP is still stuck at 17%. Nowhere near the 25% target. The skill gap is brutal. 80% of employers say they can't find skilled workers. Youth unemployment stands at a staggering 44.5%. For ages 20 to 24, we're making more, but hiring less. The automation revolution hit us before we were ready. If you're working in manufacturing, tell us your experience in the comments. Are you actually seeing these job opportunities? Every mega project has a dark side. Let's talk about what's really happening. The delay epidemic. 43% of all infrastructure projects are behind schedule. Cost overruns over 5 lakh crore and counting. 489 road projects stuck because of land acquisition issues. The environmental battle. Environmental clearances? Often just rubber stamps. Proper compliance with norms only 25%. Public hearings. Mostly just token ceremonies. And Then comes the skills crisis. Here's the scariest stat. Only 42.6% of our graduates are employable. And we're producing degrees, Miles, not skills. Engineers who can't engineer, MBAs who can't manage. So while we build physical infrastructure, our human infrastructure is crumbling. Sagarmala, our port revolution, it's not flashy, it's not in the headlines every day, but it is quietly succeeding. 272 projects have already been completed, worth 1.41 lakh crore rupees. That's not a promise. That's not a plan. That's work done. Concrete, steel, and results. Coastal shipping? Up by 118% in just a decade. And here's the big one. 9 Indian ports now rank in the world's top 100. Think about that. 9 of them, competing with the busiest ports in Asia and Europe. This proves something important. India can deliver when the vision is clear and when execution is actually focused. Now, what are the lessons we've learned from the last 10 years? Let's break it down. Lesson 1. Digital works when it's user-focused. UPI didn't succeed because it was imposed. It succeeded because it was simple, universal, and useful. People embraced it. That's why it became unstoppable. Lesson 2. Physical infrastructure needs better planning. Highways were ambitious, but deadlines slipped, costs doubled, and projects stretched years beyond their original dates. Why? Because planning didn't account for land, environment, or money. Execution came later. Problems came first. Lesson 3. Skills matter more than degrees. We've built universities. We've produced graduates. But what's the result? Only 42.6% are employable. That means out of every 10 graduates, 6 can't meet the market's basic skill requirements. That's not an education system. That's a factory for paper certificates. Lesson 4. Environmental planning cannot be an afterthought. For too long, clearances have been treated as paperwork, a rubber stamp. Tick the box, move the file, but when compliance is only 25%, projects stall. Communities protest, courts intervene. If we don't integrate environmental planning from day one, we end up paying twice, once in delays, and again in damage. So what does all this mean? It means India's story is not about big slogans or giant announcements. It's about whether we can align vision, execution, skills, and sustainability. Digital India showed us what happens when those align. A revolution. Bharatmala and the bullet train showed us what happens when they don't. Delays, overruns, frustration. Sagarmala sits in between, quiet, focused, and actually delivering. So here's the question I'll leave you with. What should be India's next priority? Do we double down on infrastructure, highways, ports, trains? Or do we finally fix the skills crisis so our people can power the growth we're building for? So, is India transforming? Yes and no. What's working? The digital revolution, port modernization, highways stretching further than ever. What's struggling? Skills development, project timelines, and the environmental balance. Here's the truth. India's 2025 update is a mix. Digital is a runaway success. Physical infrastructure is catching up. But a skills crisis could derail it all. Looking ahead to 2030, the question isn't whether India can build. We already proved that. The question is, can we build smart, sustainable, and skilled? Now your reality check. 3 questions. Which project surprised you the most? What should India prioritize next? And are you actually feeling these changes in daily life? Drop your answers below. I read every comment. If this opened your eyes, smash subscribe, ring the bell. We're building India's channel about development projects. No hype, just facts. See you all.